Hello everyone. Today's lesson is about nouns. Let's start with 3 things to remember. Number 1, nouns are people, places, or things, and if they are capitalized, then they are called proper nouns. Number 2, nouns can also be singular or plural. Plural just means more than one. Number 3, nouns are different than pronouns. I will share some examples. I think it's really important to understand the difference between nouns and pronouns because in my opinion this is where a lot of people can get confused. So let's talk about that some more. Alright, in each of these examples I've underlined the nouns. So let's look at the first one here. A. Sioux Lookout is a beautiful place. It's the very first sentence. We have 2 nouns in that sentence. Sioux Lookout and then place. Right? Sioux Lookout is a place and then a beautiful place. A place is a thing. So we have a proper noun, Sioux Lookout, and we have a common noun, place. We could change that sentence though. We could say it is a beautiful place. But if we do that, then the only noun that we have is place, okay? And this word it at the beginning, that is a pronoun, okay? So remember, it is a pronoun. Do not underline it. If you're looking for the nouns, only underline the nouns. So you do not underline the word it. It is a pronoun. Here's another good example of a word that's tricky, right? That's the word I. I is another pronoun that you would not underline. Let me read this sentence. I would like a new truck in the summer. The only nouns in that sentence are truck and summer. 2 things. Remember, the word I is a pronoun. Do not underline it. It's not the same thing as a noun. C. The weather is warm in the spring. So we've got weather and spring, 2 things. But if we use it instead of the weather, then we end up with it is warm in the spring. Do not underline it. The only noun that we have there is spring. I just wanted to make a quick chart with some examples of proper nouns, common nouns, and plural nouns, and remind you about articles. Let's start with this chart up here. Let's focus on that. Okay. Let's compare proper nouns with common nouns. So proper nouns are always going to be capitalized, and they're always going to be specific people, places, or things. For example, Sioux Lookout. You know, it's the full name. The S is capitalized and lookout is capitalized. Sioux Lookout. Another proper noun would be somebody's name, like here I've got Bonnie. Another proper noun, and this is another way to write somebody's name, right? You could say Mr. Zappa. Or for me, you could say Ms. Cole, right? Mr. Zappa, you notice the M is capitalized and the Z is capitalized. So common nouns do not have capital letters and they're not specific. You know, we've got city, right? That's a thing. It could be any city, right? So that's what makes it a common noun. Woman, well, that could be any woman. Common noun. Teacher, that could be any teacher. It's not a specific teacher. It's not Mr. Zappa or Ms. Cole. It's just a teacher. That's what makes that a common noun. So now let's compare our common nouns. They're all singular with plural, right? So we could have one city or we could have several cities. C-I-T-I-E-S. We could have one woman or several women. W-O-M-E-N. We could have one teacher or several teachers. T-E-A-C-H-E-R-S. A lot of times, when you change a singular noun to a plural noun, you just add S like we did with teachers. Sometimes you have a word that's irregular. Here we have with women here. One woman, more than, several women, right? Singular is WOMAN. Plural is WOMEN. And then there are rules that you can follow, and cities is a good example, where we've taken this Y, and instead of the Y we put IES, CITIES, when we turn it into plural. I'll be talking more about those rules later on in this video series as well. The last thing to remember is that there are 3 articles, and articles are often written before nouns. The 3 articles are the, a, an. The, a, an. Here's some examples, right? You'd use a before a consonant. A book. Use an before a vowel. An adventure. Notice A is a vowel. An adventure. Use an before a vowel sound. So you could have an adventure or something like an Xbox. Because X is a consonant and it's not a vowel, but when you say X, it sounds like eh, sounds like a vowel, so that's why we have an. So we got a book, an adventure, an Xbox. We use the, you could say the book, the adventure, the Xbox, it wouldn't matter. What you really need to remember is, using a or an, right? If you've got a consonant, you use a. If you've got a vowel or a vowel sound, you use an. I hope this video was helpful, and I look forward to the next one.